Hi there, Loy Machedo speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who's Loy Machedo? Think personal branding. Okay, let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever been criticized or been made fun of, or people making fun of you, giving you unsolicited advice, all that stuff, that comes with when you try something and people are making fun of you, whether your appearance, your looks, whatever. Okay, so I'll address this aspect of life in this video. Now, for me, I don't know about anyone else, but me, I've had enough and more criticisms and opinions, okay? Obviously, you can make out from my face, I'm not the usual run-of-the-mill. So obviously, people have always said, look at him, what an ugly face, oh my goodness. Then, there were people, oh, satanic, oh, he's evil, he's shaitan, he's a devil. Then there have been the very hurtful ones, like when I loved a girl, I was in love with her. Loy, how can I, she used to sleep with me, have sex with me, everything with me, relationship. But then when I did propose to her, like, will you marry me? Those days when I was young, I wanted to settle down with the one I loved, She said, Loy, how can I marry someone like you? Imagine she's having sex with me, she's with me. But she said, how can I marry someone like you? Because what will society say? And tomorrow when you become a father, people will look at you and the baby and they'll say, yuck, they will laugh at the baby. How will the child face the society? Actually, now my baby is facing society. In fact, everyone says, oh, what a cool dad. So those days, my that time girlfriend, may God bless her. I'm atheist, I'm saying God bless her. So she was like, oh, how can I show people that you're my husband? How can I show that? How can the baby say, this is my dad? What will people say? What will society say? People will laugh. So that kind of hurt me. I'm being honest with you, it really did. And she even told me that time, like, how can I want to sing Christmas songs with my family and Easter and sing together in family. But being with you, what will people say? Oh, look at him. And so it did hurt me at that time. And this is not a video for me to get back at her. I'm just telling you my experience. So today, when I go with my daughter anywhere, nobody actually says, oh, look at him. Oh, look at In fact, I get comments like, Loy, you look like a very, hardcore, like drugs, biker, like a satanic this, but you're so loving to your kid. And my baby, she gets her friend saying, hey, yo, papa, Spider-Man and all that. So it's kind of cool, like, So why am I bringing this up? Because it's not to tell you that, hey, look, I'm so cool, or ha, 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 I got back at the girl. We live in a society that will constantly judge you. They'll either say bad or they'll say good. Okay. And many a times, because people can give an opinion, they will sometimes give an opinion that may not be the right thing to say. Or sometimes it could be like, you never asked for it, but they told you. Like, for example, people have commented under my videos, man, your wife looks so ugly. They've actually said, one of, fake accounts, they said, your wife looks like a horse. Some others were like, oh, you're supposed to get a hot, beautiful girl in Thailand. Out of all of them, you got this. And then obviously, some people send my wife a message. Oh, you got a freak. He looks like a devil, whatever. Now, initially, my wife used to think why they're talking like this, but now she's used to it. For me, I've always been facing ridicule and fun from childhood, so I'm used to it. When I was small, my mother said the most hurtful thing. She said, I'm ashamed of you. It used to make me feel bad. I'm ashamed of you. She used to say that you don't get good marks. How will I show my face in society? She used to say, my stepfather used to say, you're like a dog in heat. He used to say, I'm a dog in heat, because I would smile at a girl or talk, just smile and talk to a girl. In fact, the worst beatings I received was when I wrote a letter to a girl saying I like her. And the girl was supposed to give it to her. She instead, we went for a Easter party, family friends, we went to her house. She instead gave that letter to my stepfather, and my stepfather subsequently just exited the party and beat the shit out of me at home. And he said, "You spoiled our name," and whatever name he had, Pinto. His surname is Pinto. Thankfully, I'm not that name. Okay. So, and he used to tell me, it's a shame. It's a shame you don't have good marks. You are not smart. Even my English sir, his name was Abraham, in Sergeant Indian School. That's the school I studied. He even told my parents during the open house day, I don't know, he maybe meant it as a joke. Your son, you should put him in a mental hospital. He talks too much. Well, I know some of you looking at my face right now would say, yeah, he should. He's right. So, see, today being 45 years old and being used to all these comments, I can handle it. But there are many people out there who can't handle this. Okay? Especially when you're young, especially when you're sensitive. See, I was born and raised in a house where there was hatred and there was mockery and there was criticism. So I became strong right from a very small age. I don't know, I'm kind of surprised that I didn't break or I didn't go the wrong way. I kind of used all that negative energy into doing something worthwhile, like reading books and trying to be smart. And they even tried to prevent me from reading books. It was that bad. Okay. They prevented me from going out. They prevented me from reading books. They prevented me from buying things. They were one of the worst parents, I would tell you, among the worst. I think the only people worse than that were people who they even physically abuse me. You know that are people who do, sexual things to their children. So my parents are one notch lower than that. Okay. But anyway, this is not about me. Rather, it's about you guys. See, when you guys get criticized, your father and mother may criticize you, brother, sister, and they'll always compare. Oh, he is so smart. What about you, man? Oh, she is like this. What about you? In fact, when I thought of losing weight, when I went through the bariatric surgery, instead of congratulating me on my journey, I took 1 year of research. I spent $5,000 US, plus I spent money for the ticket. And, it was a major risk. And then obviously it took me 1 year for the weight to come down. So there were certain groups of people, instead of appreciating the transformation, they were like, hey, you're a cheater. They are telling me, you're a cheater. You got the surgery, so you lost weight. Ha, ha, ha. Why? And they would not stop. They would constantly say that, why don't you tell the world you got in shape because of the bariatric surgery? Liar, cheater, this, that. I mean, I never kept it a secret. I don't know why it was like, oh, you're a cheater. Okay, I've put my videos there. My videos of me being naked on the operating table. I've literally put it there. I've told the whole world. Okay, I let them be. They continued. And then, okay, just imagine, okay, that is one. Then when I started to gain weight because of my bad habits of eating, you're just focused about work and you're eating. Then when I started to gain weight, oh, so you had the operation and now you gained weight. Ha, ha, ha. So when I lost weight, I was cheating. But then when I gained weight, what's the use? Okay. So then I decided I'm going to lose weight now. So when I decided I'm going to lose weight, they're like, what the hell? Oh, so your bariatric surgery is a failure and now you're planning to lose weight. Let's see what the hell you'll do. Okay, fine. So when I lost 3 kilos within the first 9 days or something, the criticism again, oh, you lost water weight. Okay. And then after that, when I kept losing weight, yeah, Loy, you're showing weight without drinking water. It's extreme. This is not healthy. Okay. Today, when I posted this, before this, when I posted my photograph, do you even know how to pose? You look so funny, LOL, ha ha ha. Okay. And now, obviously, I put the latest update. I'm pretty sure I'll get some more criticism. So even if I do things right, I get criticized. Even if I do things wrong, I get criticized. So either way, I get criticized, right? So then, should I do it or not do it? That is where I tell people, see, even if someone says good things about you or bad things about you, your bank balance doesn't increase. The money that you earn doesn't increase. These people, these individuals who criticize, they are just there to make you feel like shit because their lives are so boring and ordinary. They are so insignificant that the only way they know how to feel special is by putting others down. I'm telling you honestly, this is how, whether your mother, father, brother, sister, whoever is there, because they have not accomplished anything, because they are ordinary, they will feel special by putting others down. Oh, you're shit. You are this. You're that. Ha ha ha. And then they feel, I was able to put this person in their place. But here's the funny thing. They will never put themselves up for criticism. Like, for example, the people who are making fun of me about my physique, do they ever show their physique? Never. They never show their physique. Even people who, like, for example, on my YouTube channel, people have commented, oh, your English is shit. People have said, you don't know how to pronounce. People have said, you don't know how to read. People have said, your English is, you sound like an Indian. Baba, I'm Indian. I have to sound like Indian. What do you want me? Hi, how are you? Welcome to my channel. This is Loy Machedo. What, you want me to put on an accent? Or I'm bloody Indian, man. South Indian. I speak like a bloody South Indian. I have the pronunciation. What do you want me to do? Like, hi, how are you? My name is Loy Machedo. Welcome to my channel. Now let's move on. What do you want me to put a fucking accent on? Then reading. Oh, your reading is so bad. Yeah, I'm average. Oh, your grammar is all over the place. Baba, this is not a bloody English grammar tutorial channel. This is just me speaking, man. When you talk to your friends, oh, your prefix is not proper. Please use a proper tense. Are you stupid? There are people who put on a bloody accent. Go and put your nose up their ass, man. The thing is, people will always, these people who are idiots will always find a reason. In fact, here's a simple thing. There are so many people whose English is perfect. Grammar is amazing. Accent is fantastic. But what are they? English teachers or what? There are so many people who are, more educated, more accomplished. But then they might not be at that level. Like, for example, Yusuf Ali, who is the owner of Lulu, his English is pathetic. He only knows Malayalam, South Indian guy. He looks like a guy who will climb a coconut tree and cut things down. He is like, if you look at him, he'll be, he is worth 4 billion US dollars. 4 billion. He started from nothing. Ministers come to meet him. World leaders come. He has shook hands with Obama. He has met Prince Charles. He has met the rulers of UAE. He has met Modi, Prime Minister Modi. The same guy who looks like an ordinary farmer from South India. He doesn't speak spectacular. In fact, I've never heard him speak in English. Maybe he doesn't know English. He doesn't have an accent. He doesn't look amazing. So what do you say about that, man? The problem is there are so many people who think, oh, I'm intelligent because I know English. There are a lot of people out there who don't know English. English is not the measure of intelligence. Okay, in terms of communication, you have to speak clearly. I understand that much. Accent is what? You want a Chinese to speak like an American? You want an Irish to speak like American? You want someone Scottish? Then Pakistani, Indian, German, French. Everyone should speak in one style. So, see, ignore, when people give these comments, unsolicited, unwanted, means you never asked and they give it, that shows their insecurity. That shows nobody gives a damn about them. That is why they give you advice. In my case, they're like, okay, I have this YouTube channel where I share my opinions. But when people call me one-to-one and they ask me for advice, imagine people call me and ask me, what do I tell them is, if you really value my advice, these are my charges. I don't even give advice for free. Because why should I give advice for free? I value my time. I value my advice. I value my expertise. But I'm not saying that if tomorrow you a CEO of a company or your mother or father, if they were to give advice for free, it doesn't value. No. Each one should know whom to give advice, why to give advice, and whether to give advice or not. I'll give you one final example. If you actually look at any football or cricket match, okay, you'll see people as the spectators. Like, example, cricket. Many of you see cricket. The guys are like, yeah, bastard, man. Yeah, you don't know how to bloody bat. You don't know how to hit a six. Bowling should be done this way. Batting should be there. You should have deflected this. They'll have all the solutions for the cricketer, whether it's Virat Kohli, whoever is the new Indian, the same. They will even give advice to the politicians. Man, Modi should have done this. He should have done that. Rahul should have done this. They will even have advice for President Obama, or now it's who? Biden. They will have solutions for the US economy. They'll have solutions for each and every human being on this planet, advice for each and every, except their own lives. Except their own life, huh? Their life, they have no advice, no solution, no suggestion, no strategy, but everyone else there. You can literally, I'll tell you, you can literally meet a guy who is a laborer, or a guy who is making tea, or a guy who is selling, sandwiches on the road. They will tell you about the International Monetary Fund. Those guys, they will tell you about the policies. They will even give advice to Putin and Russia. But if you ask him about his own life, how he can improve that he doesn't have any advice. In fact, let me give you something very funny as I'm concluding. My parents were busy advising, study hard, be smart. What is this? It's a shame. I accidentally found my stepfather's report card. I found out he is only pass marks, average 30, whatever. And that bum used to beat me and tell me to get highest marks or whatever. In fact, when I did take interest and study, I think it was in 9th standard, because they were hyping up this board exams and all that nonsense. You know how it is, CBSE. I got the 7th rank, 7th highest in my class. And funny thing was, just 2 months ago, I failed in all subjects, almost all subjects except English. And the only reason I got 7th, I would have got 4th, is because Hindi was my weakest subject. I was very bad at Hindi. Was Arabic there? Yeah, language. I got very poor marks. Others I got 4th or even 3rd. Just imagine that. There was a difference. Every subject I was 70 plus. Only Hindi or Arabic, I can't recollect. I was 30, 35 passing marks. And 2 months ago, I was below 33 out of 100. That's some marks in all subjects. Except English, I think I was 40, 50. In 2 months of studying, just 2 months, I crossed 70 in all subjects, except Hindi. Being an ADHD guy, studying alone, I did it. Funny. Today, my parents, their life is so tragic. They have to literally live with a begging bowl from my stepbrother, who's taking care of them. All the advice they gave me, all the advice. Big thing. Oh, I'm ashamed of you. I'm this. They have nothing and nobody today. And that's true. That girl who was ashamed to be with me, ashamed to this, ashamed to that. Her marriage is broken. Her life is broken. She developed health problems, thyroid issues. She became 3 times the size. And her own husband, she dumped me for a guy who was well built and strong and handsome and big. He himself told her, I'm ashamed to be with you, because, they were fighting like cats and dogs. I don't take any pleasure in seeing that her life is miserable now. But I'm just telling you, and it's not karma, okay? Before you get into karma and all that, just see the tragedy of life. I'm pretty sure there are people, I can't recollect. There are people I must have said, Now, that doesn't mean that you do not take criticism. There is constructive ones and there are useless ones. Whenever people criticize me, there are some who criticize me, and I know what they're saying is right. I know what they're saying is right. And I do take it under my stride. I'm not dumb. I'm, at my age, I have to be intelligent that way. So if someone does criticize you, take a note of it and evaluate it. Is it useful for your life? Will it help you get better? What can you learn from this? How can you become a much better individual? But if people are simply commenting just to feel good, they're making you feel like shit, just ignore it. Because end of the day, remember this much. These people, they are experts on everyone else's life. Everybody else. Except theirs. Anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you. Feel free. Those who want to criticize me. Because I'll tell you, I'm not looking for compliments. And when you do give criticism, for me, that is feedback to evaluate and figure out ways how I can become better. What I can change, I will change. What I cannot change, like my face, my accent, there is something that, like they say, make the quality of your production amazing, make graphics, this, that. Yeah, I can change it, but is it worth it for me? So it's not applicable. And then there are others like, Loy, why don't you put some new topics, or why don't you, have a change of scenery? That's all I can. Anyway, good, bad, ugly, let me know your thoughts. I love to hear from you. Feel free. Don't need to praise me. You can criticize. But if anyone is criticizing you, remember this much, that maybe you're doing something worthwhile. That is why they are focusing on you. And that is why nobody is focusing on them. And whenever you try something new, there will always be critics. Always. Freeloaders. Free advice. And it's free. So just ignore if it's not useful to you. Good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's me signing off. You guys take care.